Wavesound Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of The Path Through the Coojong Trees by Léonie Kelsall, narrated by Withoos. 1. Now. No matter how pretty the town or how nice the locals seemed, Natasha knew there were always hidden secrets. A darker edge. Houses on the wrong side of the tracks that no one wanted to admit existed. People the townsfolk didn't want to claim as their own. Settler's Bridge hides it well, Natasha thought as she passed one of the nylon grocery bags to Zara. Despite having wandered the few aisles of the store with her, the 9-year-old peered into the shopping bag, clearly hopeful some contraband had made its way past her mum's budget restrictions. No such luck. "There's a regional action group meeting in the old council building next week," the woman behind the checkout said, continuing the welcome to town speech she'd embarked on as soon as Natasha started unloading groceries onto the smooth wooden counter and introduced herself as the new teacher. The monologue had begun with a proud rundown of all the local facilities, which included a yet-to-open Americana-themed diner and not one but 2 pubs, then segued into activities that included the usual country town favourites: football, netball and tennis clubs, along with line dancing, an apparently recent addition. Now the cashier had moved on to service clubs and other offerings. 15 minutes earlier, Natasha had paused on the cement ramp into the IGA, taking a couple of deep breaths before committing to entering. It had been a long time since she'd had to go into a country supermarket. Yet she needn't have worried. The quaint store was nothing like old Hansy's shop back in Bougainville. "We're looking at getting a skate park set up for the kids," the cashier continued, putting the last couple of items into a bag. Natasha tried not to wince at the total. There was a definite financial toll involved in moving to the country. "A skate shop in Adelaide's offered sponsorship, and we've all kinds of research and design studies being done." Her incredulous tone enhanced how big a deal that was. "But if you notice anything else that would help us bring Settler's Bridge back to life, you come along to the action group meeting next week and put in your 5 cents worth, lovey." That didn't sound like such a great idea. Natasha had liked the look of her new work location on Google Earth, precisely because the small town was so sleepy. The handful of streets either side of a wide, unpopulated main street, where the gum-tree-shaded shops seemed to mirror one another, had looked safe. Hopefully there was a magic number where a small population meant less judgment. Bougainville evidently hadn't won that lottery. Perhaps, as Tariq had said, she should worry less about fitting in and more about carving.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?